Hey guys, I'm sure you've heard how important it is to have good core strength in movement or really any athletic activities. However, most of the time, the way that that's trained is more endurance-based. I'm going to show you some things today, specifically the L-sit and variations thereof. It's going to help you actually advance the strength in your abs and core. Here we go. All right, so if you can hold a plank for 45 seconds to a minute, anything beyond that is really just training your muscular endurance. What we're gonna do with the L-sit is put you in a position where your muscles shouldn't be able to hold on for anywhere near that long, which is what we want. We're trying to strengthen them. So for this, it really helps to have something like these parallettes we mentioned before. These right here are a cool set from Tumble Track that come apart, fit inside each other, and work really well for this, for a lot of other things, and are actually really good precision and balance rail trainers. So there will be a link for these in the video description for you to check them out. But if you don't have any tools like this, I'm gonna show you primarily on just platforms like this, which can easily be a set of chairs. So pretty easy to set up in your home. So the name is pretty self-descriptive, the L-sit. You're putting your body in an L position. You're trying to get at least a 90-degree, if not smaller, angle between your belly and the top of your thighs. Something like this. Now, if that looks difficult, or if you've tried it and it feels difficult, good. If it's too hard, if you can't get that 90-degree L shape for more than a couple of seconds or at all, here are the progressions. So the easiest thing to do is to bend your knees and shorten that lever that is your legs. So starting with a bent knee L-sit, like so, is a great way to begin this. Once you have, again, that angle here, you can start to extend your knees as long as you maintain that. As soon as your legs get too far out and your feet start to drop, or really it's your angle here starts to open, then bring it back in and keep those knees up, like so. Another way to progress this movement is to get one leg out there straight in the full L position and keep the other one bent, and then trade back and forth when you feel like you need to. So while this is very much a full body movement exercise, your arms are holding you up, your leg muscles, especially your hip flexors, are holding your legs up. We're still trying to target your abs and core muscles right here. That's why it's very important to maintain a mental connection to the engagement of those muscles. If you're holding this and you start to feel like your hip flexors are taking over and starting to burn right here, if you feel like you're starting to change your shoulder angle and lean back a little bit or bend your elbows in order to maintain the position, just make it a little bit easier. Use one of those scales, one of those scaling options, bringing your legs in order to keep that keep the exercise, the engagement in the muscles that we want. So one way that we can help emphasize that is actually thinking about like a crunch on the ground, where you're bringing your shoulders forward and up, and then kind of crunching in here with your abs. So from that L-sit position, if you bring yourself down a little bit, engage these muscles to do that, that can really help keep this exercise where we want it. So that's the technique for the L-sit. As far as the actual workout challenge for the day, what you're gonna do is start a timer at the top of each minute. You're going to hold that L-sit, whatever variation you can or need to, for 12 seconds, and then rest for the remainder of the minute. 5 minutes is probably a good place to start. If you feel like you need more of a challenge, shoot for something like 10. And remember, the point of this is to get that good muscle contraction and engagement in here, and not to let your hip flexors take over or getting sloppy with the form and technique. So if you start off with your legs straight, maybe even in the middle of the round, you're gonna need to bring your knees in if you feel like some of those things are happening. All right, good luck with your L-sits. If you have a pull-up bar, you can also do it from a hanging position, but if you can, try to do it with a setup like this. If you guys have been following these videos, let me know. If there's something you'd like to see, drop a comment. I'll incorporate it into something coming up. Hope you're staying healthy, and I will see you tomorrow.